blows up over there in the Middle East and it goes to 4.25, and you're going to be blaming Trump, not for Khashoggi. You're going to say, Khashoggi who? You look up the gas station, that's $4. What happened? Khashoggi. Khashoggi who? Because most Americans, I'm going to tell you, they don't know, they don't care. Now, moving right along from Khashoggi, anybody talk about the deadliest day in a year or more than a year in Afghanistan yesterday, that 3 of our soldiers were killed, 6 injured, I think, 3 killed? Did you see that on the opening of the news? Or did you see Paul Manafort's ass on the picture? Is that what you saw this morning? Did you see Roger Stone's ass on the TV? Did you? Huh? Did you see Roger Stone's ass on TV? Did you see Paul Manafort? Did you see the president of Ukraine? Because the media is trying to spin the Ukrainian-Russian problem, which is very serious, into what's a Donald Trump going to do moment, but not tell you how we got to this moment. But no. I pretty much watched an hour block of each network. Now, I did not totally, so if they did it 45 minutes in or whatever, but I think yesterday was the deadliest day in over a year in Afghanistan, 3 dead. We've been there 17 years. Now, I'm not trying to sound like lefty. I'm not trying to sound like a righty. I'm not trying to sound like anything. But if you've been somewhere 17 years, why can't you finish up what you need to do, damn it, and get your ass home? Why are we in Afghanistan 17 years? 17 years. Do you realize that if somebody went to Afghanistan and their child was born 17 years ago, they have to come home this year to watch the graduation? Do you realize if you are started as a 19-year-old kid, and I don't care if you call it that, I respect the men and women, I respect the kids that go in at 19. That's what breaks my heart, is seeing kids go in. Do you realize if a kid goes in at 19, where's there 17 years? We're only 3 years short of being able to retire, take a 20-year and out and say, hey, I spent 20 years in Afghanistan or something? I know what you're telling me. Nobody spends 20 years there. They deploy and they do tours. I understand. I'm not stupid. I'm not that bright, but I'm not stupid, damn it. I'm not Homer Simpson. 17 years. 3 soldiers dead yesterday. But I'll tell you one thing I guarantee. I guarantee you Paul Manafort's ass is on your TV this morning. And I'll guarantee you there's some polar bear's ass running around on an iceberg this morning because Donald Trump said he didn't agree with the models of climate change and wants some more specific data. Okay? I'll guarantee you that. I'll guarantee you're not seeing the outrage in Paris or anywhere in Europe right now over the fact of the gas tax or carbon tax over there because they want to save the polar bear. I bet you're not seeing that on your TV this morning. I'm your host, BKP. When we come back, we're going to tell you some other things you're probably not seeing on TV or some other things you're not being told. President of Ukraine said, what would you tell? Here, let me get this one up, Josh. Give me number 2. If you could tell the President of the United States, now I'm not saying the President of Ukraine here, Petrov, right? Is that his name? Petrov, whatever. If you could ask the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, to get a message to President Putin, Vladimir, over there in Russia at the G20, G30, or GG, whatever it is, okay? What would you ask him? Please get out from Ukraine, Mr. Putin. That's what he wants Trump to ask him. Please get out of Ukraine. Most Americans, I don't even do the data, but I can tell you right now, I know I'm correct. I know I'm correct. Most Americans hear that Russia annexed. Do you notice the news uses the damn word of annexed Crimea? Why we annexed Crimea? Well, I wonder if they'll have to pay city tax now. That's how many dumbasses are out there. No, they took it. Boom, didn't belong to them. How's the media reported? How's the media report the border? Is it an invasion? Look, I've gone on for 22 minutes. I didn't say invasion at the border. Wow. Crimea wasn't annexed. I mean, that's the way the news. You're watching CNN, you're making the pancakes this morning. Well, in recent developments over the annexation of Crimea into Russia, the Ukrainians seem to be very upset that they bumped into a tugboat. That doesn't sound too bad to me. I'm your host, BKP. We will be right back after these messages. There is a lot to uncover, as they say, unpack. And I don't know if we'll get to all of it today, but we will try. And we're going to try to have some fun with it also, because it really bothers me if we get through this whole show and we don't have any fun with what we're doing. Hey, do you know what gentrification is? Do you know what gentrification is? I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Sorry about the minor delay. Josh and I are trying to work on a video we want to bring to you. He's working over there trying to make it happen. It's just being a little difficult sometimes when we use different videos from different websites and places that we've located it. He has to figure out how to make it work on the screen. He does a great job at it, and he can't get every single one. But that being said, I'm your host, BKP. 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. And there are the social media ways to follow us. Now, that being said, let's go to number 33 again. Did they know? Okay. Now, the media, which, by golly, we know they won't lie. We know they won't turn a story a certain way. We know they will not forget history. We know that. They can't stand that we can research and study on our own now, but they know that they're going to try to paint the picture of it's Putin versus Trump. Okay? Putin versus Trump. Do you think Bill Clinton knew that day, him and Hillary, that he would participate in signing away the third largest nuclear arsenal in the world in Ukraine, that he would participate in that? Do you think that day when those old long-haired, pot-smoking hippies right there, saxophone playing, girl-loving, and even Bill picture, do you think on that day? Well, take them down. Let's put the Ukraine president back up, number 2. And if he could tell, that's the question that came to him. All right? Mr. Putin, please get out of Ukraine. Okay? So this article is from 4/30/2014. This is 2014, folks. So this would be the Huffington Post. Huffington Post, we're going to go there. And this would be 2014. And Donald Trump's not president. Barack Obama is. Too bad Ukraine didn't keep its 2,000 nuclear weapons. Okay? The U.S. should tone down the rhetoric and concentrate on the core issues of worldwide peace and accept the Crimea reality. Just accept the Crimea reality. The solution will evolve slowly if we let it. We're seeing the solution. In 1994, through an accident of fate, the newly independent country of Ukraine found itself in possession of the world's 3rd largest nuclear arsenal. 3rd largest nuclear arsenal they were sitting on in 1994. So I would say United States, Russia, and then Ukraine. Okay? At first, Ukraine planned to keep its nuclear weapons, but at the insistence of the 2 strongest powers in the world, Russia and the United States, okay, this goes back 1994, Ukraine agreed to give up their nukes in exchange for perpetual guarantees of sovereignty and territorial integrity. Territorial integrity. So for you, all you whack jobs out there that are listening to the wacky people on MSNBC, CNN, ABC, and you hear them phrase the annexation of Crimea. Now see, at this time, Crimea is part of the territorial integrity in the deal. Crimea is part of it, okay? Borders, I think, I'm not looking at the map, the Black Sea down there. It is a major port, a major area for going through that strait or whatever. Just saying, okay? But the real issue here is it's part of the integrity, the territorial integrity, all right? And we made an agreement. Guarantees sovereignty, okay, their sovereignty and territorial integrity. This supposedly ironclad treaty, this ironclad treaty signed 20 years ago was the Budapest Memorandum. Pull up the Budapest Memorandum, okay? Now, I'm just going down this road for a reason because you're going to hear so much disinformation going into this G20, G30, whatever. The media is going to say, is this going to be the same? What was that other damn meeting that Trump had with Putin he said he misspoke and the world. But the media is setting up this face-to-face with Putin. Will Trump confront? Okay. Now here's what the president of Ukraine is hoping. Okay, Petrov, is that his name, or whatever his name is, Petrol, whatever. Here's what he's hoping. I don't know his name right off. So if you're out there laughing, shut the hell up. I know these facts are things that other people are not giving you. But the president of Ukraine is really hoping that Trump will tell Putin to get the hell out. So, the world was a different place then. The Soviet Union was breaking up, and many of the former Russian satellite states in Eastern Europe were becoming independent countries. Why not give up their nukes? Russia was their protector and would always be there, and the United States lived up to its treaties. They expected us to live up to a treaty we made. Okay? Ukraine didn't need nuclear weapons. The treaty was signed by... Can we go back to picture 1? Is that 1? Let's go back to 1. No, where's the young Bill Clinton? What number was that? Number 30, number 29? I forget. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. The treaty was signed by Bill Clinton, the drunk Boris Yeltsin, okay, John Major, that was a real lefty blast from the past, lefty from England, and the Ukrainian president Leonid Kuchma, whatever. All these leaders agreed to protect the sovereignty and territorial agreement of Ukraine, meaning any Russian support for Crimea independence, okay, would be in violation of Russia's international obligations. The three powers committed to respect the independence and sovereignty and the existing borders of Ukraine and refrain from the threat or use of force against the territory, integrity, and political independence of Ukraine. I guess Ukrainians learned their lesson. Things change. This must be sure that Vladimir Putin wouldn't have seized Crimea if Ukraine had kept their nuclear weapons. So I don't want to go any deeper into this. There's a lot more into this article. It is from the Huffington Post. Okay. Josh, if anytime you're able to make that video work, let me know. Okay, I know you're working on that. Okay, we'll work on it during the break. I'll see if I can help you find another one. Okay, go back to let's go to number 3. And this is in a Washington Post interview with Trump yesterday. President Trump on Russian aggression aimed at Ukraine. Should the aggression concern people here? Trump, I don't like that aggression. I don't like that aggression at all, absolutely. And by the way, Europe shouldn't like that aggression, and Germany shouldn't like the aggression. You know, they're paying the 1%, and they are supposed to be paying much more than 1%. He's trying to tell them, look, you know, Germany, Europe, you should not like this aggression. This should concern you enough, okay? This should concern you enough. Please get out of Ukraine, Mr. Putin. All right, so let's go back to number 2. And I really want to do this for the reason, because these are the same people that are saying that the annexation of Crimea, which I just read an article, that was aggression, that who? President Obama, you realize Clinton signed this agreement, removed the third largest. They counted on us. They counted on a treaty with the American people. If they got rid of their 2,000 nuclear weapons, the third largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world these people had in 1994. So Boris Yeltsin gets drunk. They get him an extra bottle or two of vodka over there in Russia. He signs a deal. He doesn't know what he signed. Bill Clinton signs a deal. Who does Putin push and go into Crimea? Obama. Who the hell are they expecting to fix the whole damn mess? Trump. And the media is making it look like, oh, Russia's the bad guy. They are. Easy. Russia's the bad guy, but they woke up yesterday from being the bad guy, and now they are giving Ukraine a problem. No, I don't think it was yesterday. Here is a story from Vox.com. This is September 3rd, 2014. Sorry, Ukraine, Obama is not going to defend you from Russia. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, a small Eastern European country that reasonably fears it could be next on Russia's invasion list, was a huge step against Russian aggression. Obama promised that the U.S. and other members of NATO, would that be NATO, the military alliance that includes most Europe, See, I'm telling you now, they're going to freak out all day. And here's what they're going to say, okay? Here's what they're going to freak out and say all day long. I mean, this just ticks me off. Because they got the damn money and I don't. Send me the damn money because I'll get you the truth out there. Okay, here's what they're going to say all damn day. Well, you know, we tried to ask Trump, and he's not educated enough. He's not smart enough. We tried to ask Trump about this aggression, and what's he go to? The NATO 1%. Why, he goes to NATO in the 1% immediately because he's not smart enough to deal with international affairs. No, let me tell you why he went to the NATO in the 1%. Let me tell you why he said, Europe, you should be concerned. We'll read it again for you. For those of you that are just tuned off, you know, Bugs Bunny or whatever you're watching. Let's go to again, one more time, 3. Now we'll paint this together. This is for you at home. You at home that think that Khashoggi is an American citizen. These are the kind of things. You at home that think it's no big deal that they have annexed Crimea. Let's go to number 3 one more time. President Donald Trump's aggression on Ukraine. Should that aggression concern the people here? I don't like the aggression. I don't like that aggression at all, absolutely. And by the way, Europe shouldn't like the aggression. And Germany shouldn't like the aggression. You know, they're paying 1% and they should be paying much more. They should have been preparing for this. They signed a deal in 1994, folks. I'm tired of hearing the front page of Ukraine this and Ukraine that. I'm not even a foreign policy expert. Hell, maybe I am a foreign policy expert. That's what I'll do. That's a new segment, Josh. BKP's attempt at being a foreign policy expert. Yeah, this is my attempt. 1994, the drunk Boris Yeltsin, Bill Clinton, they all get together. John Major's over there in England. They get the Ukraine guy. They get together. They get rid of the nukes. 1994, they make a deal. And then guess what? Since 1994, we have been going over and asking them, George Bush, hey, NATO, could you please pick it up a little bit? One of these days we could have a Ukraine thing. Yeah. Every one of them, NATO, can you pick it up? This guy put them on the spot. Damn it, it's time to pick up the money because Putin took Crimea. And you got people thinking they annexed it, like part of the city. Well, they now have to pay city tax because they annexed Crimea? Why, if you annex it, what's the big deal? Did they get a vote on it? No, they just took it. But we guaranteed their territorial sovereignty in 1994 in the Budapest Memorandum. Yes, we did. With Bill Clinton, of all people. Oh my God, it just dawned on me. Bill Clinton struck those great deals with North Korea. Why, hell, you say. And this is the guy that doesn't understand foreign policy. I'm just telling you now. Just telling you right now, okay? This guy right here understands every bit of it. He knows everything that he's telling you, and that's why he went to the 1%. Because we've known since 1994 that we made deals all through Europe. You may not like it or not. I mean, I'm an America first, but we did. When it broke up, we made deals. So here you go. I don't like the aggression. Well, let's go back to this article. President Obama, that would be Obama, for you people that are getting ready to cheer for Beto O'Rourke, Francis, out there, because they don't want to tear the children away. They don't want to tear the children away from their moms and dads. You think of that. Think of what's getting ready to happen over Ukraine. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, that would be Estonia, that is September 3rd, 2014. It is 2018, folks. It's the end of it 4 years ago. President Obama's speech on Wednesday in Estonia, a small Eastern Europe country, responsible fears it could be next on Russia's invasion list. He goes to Estonia to give a speech, was a huge step against Russian aggression. Obama promised that the U.S. and other members of NATO, he promised in the speech, we got your back, NATO. How can you have anybody's damn back if nobody's paying the damn bills? Huh? How? Trump come along and said, NATO, you need to start paying your fair share. Because I tell you what, you already got Crimea. That's a hotbed. It's going to develop. Something bad's going to go wrong there. We got other areas in the world that something's going to go wrong, and you're not paying the bills. But the media is like, oh my God, he asked them to pay up. He was a debt collector. He called them. Trump keeps hiding his phone number, ghosting his phone number. Yeah, that's a Donald. All right, anyhow, so the serious side, right? Members of NATO, a military alliance that includes most of Europe, would fight to defend any invaded member state, including Estonia, as if were Berlin, Paris, or London. That's a quote. That is a big deal meant to deter Russian aggression with the ultimate threat, war against the United States military. Now, folks, before we get in here too far, for all those people that think that Trump loves Russia, okay, and Putin can do anything he wants, okay, I have proved over time that's not true. I told you, if you go way back, if you watch this show for a period of time, I told you when he started making NATO pay up, who would it upset the most but the Russians? The Russians were not happy, have not been happy, that NATO is getting more money in the bank account. The Russia is not happy that Trump is forcing NATO to come to the plate. Russia is not happy that the Secretary General of NATO is coming out and saying, hey, we got more equipment, we've got better equipment, we're modernizing our equipment. Who is the most upset about that? Russia. So who are we determined to defend? And Russia is pushing around some people to see what the new NATO that Trump, he doesn't like, will do. The test of NATO is what he's doing. And guess what? Go back to number 2. Please get out from Ukraine, Mr. Putin. Guess what? That's what Ukraine said and asked Obama to do in 2014. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back as I attempt once again to understand foreign policy better than Bill Clinton. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. No, I am not talking about overturning racial conflict and how racist Mississippi is that they picked a senator. I am not discussing this morning right now how They just didn't have enough suburbs of white Republican suburban women in Mississippi to overcome the racism still there yet, and how they say we still have work in Mississippi to get rid of that. No, I'm not talking about any of that. This is BKP's attempt at understanding foreign policy. Because here's what I do. I don't know about you, okay? I keep up with a little bit of everything, so when it comes back, I've kind of got a little bit, and I don't let the media tell me, and I start saying, I watch for words. Why the annexation of Crimea? That one just smokes my ears, the annexation, okay? And some of these liberal lefties that live in these little towns up in the mountains think that annexation, okay, of Crimea, oh, well, that should be okay. Let's get a coffee. Would you like room for cream and sugar? Put some whipped topping on there. Give me a latte. I hear they're going to annex that route highway out there next week. Yes, and run sewer, like they did in Crimea. Sorry, can't help it. Can't help it. Had to do it. Now, this is my attempt at foreign policy, and the reason I'm working on Ukraine this morning is because I get up to here with these damn things that are left on President Trump's desk, and then the media saying, let's see if you can get across this hurdle. We're going to put another hurdle in there, and we're going to see if you can get across this. And I'm going to tell you what, I wish the President of the United States would watch this. He's probably watching my stuff. I can tell in the afternoons when he releases tweets that usually it's things that I've said earlier in the day. But I'm serious as can be. Ukraine, let's go with our President Clinton. Now stay with this one for a minute. You'll like this one.
Thank you. Do you think that was appropriate? Thank you. I said, the United States has built a very strong relationship with Ukraine, and last year we had a very good year as Ukraine became a non-nuclear state and made dramatic economic reforms. This nation is large, strong, committed to independence, committed to having cordial relations with all of its neighbors and with others who share its values. And I believe its strategic importance is very, very great. And so I put a very high priority on the relationships between the United States and Ukraine, and this will be a part of the deepening of our relationships. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And if with 10 pieces, maybe more than
Well, I'll check back in. So you think they're going to be coming over?
Yeah, definitely.
You are really weird.
The Ukrainian vodka with a picture of Bill. Bill said we have a strong relationship. That's where it started in 1994. Right, Bill, you know, we have, Bill has built a strong relationship, just like he was over there with North Korea. He built a strong relationship in 1994. They had the vodka going. I told you that. I don't make stuff up. They got Boris Yeltsin. He's drunk as can be. Get Boris drunk, he'll put his name on anything over there. And then they got the president of Crimea or the leader or whoever he is, whatever they call him. And then they got John Majors, this goofy guy from England, a real lefty over there from the UK, and Bill Clinton. And then they got the vodka. I told you the vodka earlier, right? But we got a strong relationship, strong. Strategic. Why, it's a strategic move to get rid of those two things. Now, here's Obama. Now, we may not go with all 4 minutes, Josh. This is 4 minutes, but stay with me, because you're not getting any of this on the networks. You're not getting any of this. All you're doing is seeing the setup, the media setup, What will Trump do? Will he sit down with Vladimir again? What will he tell Putin? Will he tell Putin to get out of Ukraine? Will he tell Putin to quit playing bumper cars with Ukrainian tugboats? How will he handle this? No, you never hear this. It's just like the tear gas. Obama was tear gassing them little kids left and right down there on the border. Nothing. You didn't hear anything. Okay? Obama was putting kids in cages. You didn't hear anything. Obama was separating kids from their children. Nothing. Ukraine, they're setting up this hurdle that they know was created under Clinton and Obama. So let's go. And George W. Bush, whoa. Let me say now, George W. Bush did not help things. But let's go with, this is Crimea. You're hearing all of this today. It's coming on today. This guy, the president, did interviews everywhere. So let's go to the video of Obama in 2014.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before Jay takes some of your questions, I want to provide a brief update on our efforts to address the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. Since the Russian intervention, we've been mobilizing the international community to condemn this violation of international law and to support the people and government of Ukraine. This morning, I signed an executive order that authorizes sanctions on individuals and entities responsible for violating the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine or for stealing the assets of the Ukrainian people. According to my guidance, the State Department has also put in place restrictions on the travel of certain individuals and officials. These decisions continue our efforts to impose a cost on Russia and those responsible for the situation in Crimea. And they also give us the flexibility to adjust our response going forward based on Russia's actions. We took these steps in close coordination with our European allies. I've spoken to several of our closest friends around the world, and I'm pleased that our international unity is on display at this important moment. Already we've moved together to announce substantial assistance for the government in Kiev, and today in Brussels, our allies took similar steps to impose costs on Russia. I am confident that we are moving forward together, united in our determination to oppose actions that violate international law and to support the government and people of Ukraine. And that includes standing up for the principle of state sovereignty. The proposed referendum on the future of Crimea would violate the Ukrainian Constitution and violate international law. Any discussion about the future of Ukraine must include the legitimate government of Ukraine. In 2014, we are well beyond the days when borders can be redrawn over the heads of democratic leaders. While we take these steps, I want to be clear that there is also a way to resolve this crisis that respects the interests of the Russian Federation, as well as the Ukrainian people. Let international monitors into all of Ukraine, including Crimea, to ensure the rights of all Ukrainians are being respected, including ethnic Russians. Begin consultations between the government of Russia and Ukraine with the participation of the international community. Russia would maintain its basing rights in Crimea, provided that it abides by its agreements and respects Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. And the world should support the people of Ukraine as they move to elections in May. That's the path of de-escalation. And Secretary Kerry is engaged in discussions with all of the relevant parties, including Russia and Ukraine, to pursue that path. But if this violation of international law continues, the resolve of the United States and our allies and the international community will remain firm. Meanwhile, we've taken steps to reaffirm our commitment to the security and democracy of our allies in Eastern Europe and to support the people of Ukraine. One last point. There's been a lot of talk in Congress about these issues. Today, once again, I'm calling on Congress to follow up on these words with action, specifically to support the IMF's capacity to lend resources to Ukraine and to provide American assistance for the Ukrainian government so that they can weather this storm and stabilize their economy, make needed reforms, deliver for their people, all of which will provide a smoother pathway for the elections that have already been scheduled in May. Today, the world can see that the United States is united with our allies and partners in upholding international law and pursuing a just outcome that advances global security and the future that the Ukrainian people deserve. That's what we're going to continue to do in the days to come until we have seen a resolution to this crisis. Thanks very much, and Jay and Ben and others will be happy to take your questions.
White House official statement. Now we find out in 2014, one of our big problems was John Kerry was on the job. Why John Kerry, Secretary of State, was working this out. And the one thing, at least the end all we came out of, that the world was able to have a sigh of relief, and Joe and Minka and all the MSNBC whack staff over there, and CNN's crazy-ass people at ABC, and George Stephanopoulos and anybody on CBS, all of those people were able to come away with, you know what? Our international relationship, the unification, is on display. The unification of our international relationships is on display. Why, we took a picture. We all got together, shook hands, took a picture. It's on display. That's what we need. It's on display. I'm your host, BKP, and this is BKP's attempt to understand foreign policy and why the president is once again being set up. Normally, there's so many things going on in the world. I'm not saying this is not a big deal, but see, this is Russia and this is Putin, and Trump's got to meet Putin, and what will he say? Well, it's almost like they don't care about the kids on the border as much. Now, they will tomorrow or a week from now. They'll get back to that. They have Khashoggi Day. It's Khashoggi Wednesday. They come in and say, is it Khashoggi Wednesday? Yes. Who killed the Khashoggi? Well, Trump won't listen to the tape. But if Brennan had his security clearance, he would. I'm your host, BKP. Let's take a break. I'm having too much fun today with this attempt at foreign policy or understanding it. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
8 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. This is our last, I promise, segment on Crimea and or Ukraine, because you're going to hear these. I want this out front because you're starting to see all the interviews. I don't care about Roger Stone, okay? I don't care. I know what you're saying. I don't care Paul Manafort. attorney is giving information to Trump's attorney. I don't care. Okay. I know the details on that. I know it's a front. I know it's a hoax. I know it's a made-up witch hunt. There's nothing to it. I understand that they will keep Mueller going as long as they can because it always gives them filler. They can. You think there's a coincidence that yesterday, all this broke at one time, and then all of a sudden, all these media groups have access to all of Mueller's documents, court documents. I don't want to talk about it. We will a little bit, but I know this is getting ready to get set up, and I know in the next 2 or 3 days because they're floating this out. Ukraine. They're floating this out. Okay, now, yesterday, do me a favor while I'm bringing up this comment. First of all, give me this picture, number 2. We'll go back to this, okay? Please get out from Ukraine, Mr. Putin, okay? Find me a picture of Bill Clinton and George Stephanopoulos. Bill Clinton and George Stephanopoulos. I forgot to send that to you. So there's number 2. There's the president of Ukraine asking President Trump, okay, to look at Putin in the next couple days when he gets over to the G30, okay, get out of Ukraine. All right? Now, then we're going to have, let's see, let me go this way. Give me number, and I'm just showing you because this is on the networks. This is on Fox, okay? Fox, NBC Nightly News. This guy went to NBC. This guy went everywhere. Number 31. Number 31, get out from Ukraine. Get out from Ukraine. Trump asked to deliver message to Putin about Ukraine, okay? This guy went everywhere. Let's go to, see if I have another one here. I know you want to hear about Manafort, the feds. You want to hear about the witch hunt. You want to hear about Corsi. We'll get to that in a minute. You want to hear about the border wall. Okay, hold on. I got one more I want to get to. So here's Trump's comment on... Now remember, in 1994, remember the vodka, remember Bill Clinton, remember Boris Yeltsin, the drunk. Remember Ukraine has, at this time in 1994, the 3rd largest nuclear arsenal in the world. And remember the Budapest Memorandum where the Ukrainian people thought that the United States would keep their word, and through the power of NATO in Europe, okay, President Trump said it's going to come back to haunt us. Okay, that we would protect them. Remember all of those deals. Now, you know, give me a picture of Stephanopoulos, okay, and Clinton. Did you get that? All right. So put that up. In 1994, okay, that's okay. You got that one. I wanted one. Go back and get me, Stephanopoulos looks like one of them claymation dolls or something, okay? Get me one of George Stephanopoulos as a kid, not as a kid with Bill Clinton. He served. Just say, Bill Clinton, go back in the archives in the old ones to find where George Stephanopoulos was in Clinton's White House back then, okay? Anything like that. And just don't even ask me. Just put it up when you can. All right? So, here is Stephanopoulos, okay, with Clinton. Now, keep in mind, 1994, he is working for Bill Clinton. So, when the drunken Boris Yeltsin with his vodka and Bill Clinton and his vodka and probably the Russian hookers, do you think between Ukraine and Russia, you want to talk about a Trump dossier in Russia? You think between the Yeltsin, a drunk, Clinton, Ukrainian president, and John Majors, you think that, and they put Clinton's name, a face on a vodka bottle? Oh, hell. You think there's a dossier in the making there, folks. Trust me, a dossier in the making there. Clinton said, we don't have any laws. You know what Clinton said over in Russia? Everything like this is against the law. It's against the law. There you go. There's the young George. There's young George and his boss, Bill, when he worked for him. Okay? So the point I'm about to make is everything in this interview with Donald J. Trump from now, the unbiased George Stephanopoulos, he already knows. He was there. He understood what Clinton did with Ukraine. He knows what happened. So roll the tape. This is Trump. Wait a minute. Before you roll the tape, go from there. This is the most recent. They're pushing him. Let's go to number 3 one more time. I'm going to put this together. I'm sorry. Okay? Let's put this together. Number 3, the photo 3. I don't like that aggression. I don't like that aggression at all. Absolutely. And by the way, Europe shouldn't like the aggression and Germany shouldn't like the aggression. You know, they're paying 1% and they're supposed to be paying much more than 1%. Okay? Because he knew this was going to happen. This is Trump's way of saying, I told you this was coming. I knew this was going to happen. I wasn't there when all of these people screwed this up. I was nowhere around. But it's going to be put on America's plate to see what we won't do because of a commitment we made that Bill Clinton was too busy drinking vodka and being drunk with Boris, and Obama was too busy unifying, showing a unified front with our international allies, and now you're going to lay Putin, Crimea, and Ukraine on my plate. I'm not there yet. Let's watch this video with George Stephanopoulos, and maybe you will get a clear of what Trump says.
Why did you soften the GOP platform on Ukraine?
I wasn't involved in that. Honestly, I was not involved. Yeah, I was not involved in that. I'd like to, I'd have to take a look at it, but I was not involved.
Do you know what they did?
They softened it, I heard, but I was not involved.
They took away the part of the platform calling for provision of lethal weapons to Ukraine to defend themselves. Why is that a good idea?
Look, you know, I have my own ideas. He's not going into Ukraine, okay? Just so you understand. He's not going to go into Ukraine. All right, you can mark it down, you can put it down, you can take it anywhere you want.
Well, he's already there, isn't he?
Okay, well, he's there in a certain way, but I'm not there. You have Obama there. And frankly, that whole part of the world is a mess under Obama, with all the strength that you're talking about and all of the power of NATO and all of this. In the meantime, he's going away. He takes Crimea. He's sort of, I mean...
But you said you might recognize that.
I'm going to take a look at it. But, you know, the people of Crimea, from what I've heard, would rather be with Russia than where they were. And you have to look at that also. Now, that was under, just so you understand, that was done under Obama's administration. And as far as the Ukraine is concerned, it's a mess. And that's under the Obama's administration with his strong ties to NATO. So with all of these strong ties to NATO, Ukraine is a mess. Crimea has been taken. Don't blame Donald Trump for that.
You've said
and we'll do better, and yet we'll have a better relationship with Russia. And having a good relationship, maybe, and having a good relationship with Russia is a good thing, not a bad thing.
Obama was more interested in his strong ties with NATO and showing that unified international front. Again, you're watching BKP's attempt, once again, at foreign policy. So this is what George Stephanopoulos is sitting there, this jackass. These are poor, no good enemy of the people, piece of garbage jackasses is what they are. He's sitting there knowing his boss made the vodka deal over in Budapest and they agreed. And he's sitting there saying, right, that he's sitting there knowing that his boss, Clinton, and all through, and Hillary, and all of them, because Hillary, don't make me throw the glasses. I've broken up. Hillary was once Secretary of State. Secretary of State. Oh, Ukraine. Bill, this is Bill. How's vodka sales? I'm not getting my commission. You're supposed to be giving me like, $2 a bottle over there. In American dollars, damn it, American dollars. So Hillary, you get on that damn jet and you get over there and see why the hell them Ukrainians ain't sending me my $2 for my vodka. Anyhow, point being, and then we give it to John Kerry. So Stephanopoulos knows, let me stay focused here. He knows the whole time he's talking to the president-elect. I think at this time he's not president. No. He's not there. And he says, have you softened? The Republicans have softened the platform on Ukraine. You see, they set this stuff up so far in advance, the deep state. The deep state sets this stuff up so far in advance. Do you think it's a coincidence that George Stephanopoulos, the Republican Party, and the platform on Ukraine and Crimea? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, absolutely not. Obama made a mess out of it. But what did Trump say? He's not going into Ukraine. He's not going into Ukraine. Okay? Now, let me tell you what has happened that has not been reported that I'm going to guess, and if my money was on the blackjack or on the roulette wheel or whatever it is in Vegas right now, I know I would hit. Every time Trump's went to NATO, I went to one of those summits, okay? And every time you see pictures of him and the Secretary General or whoever he is, or the General of the NATO forces, armed forces, the Secretary General of NATO, every time you see them walking around together in pictures when they were walking around, every interview that you've seen with the Secretary General of NATO that said that, hey, President Trump has not done anything to try to get rid of NATO. He is bolstering, he is picking the dollars up in the bank account of NATO by putting pressure on them, and they have the best equipment they've had in 20 years. Every time you see that, he has gone behind the scenes. When your media, and I have to say it like this, I'm running out of time, I got a lot of stuff to do, but when your media is focusing on whether he shakes Angela Merkel's damn hand, folks, do you realize that they'll spend time and they'll zero in on the handshake, the white knuckle? Why, Macron held it there and looked him in the eye. What the hell? How about focusing on Donald Trump going over there and probably behind closed doors and saying, you, Angela, Macron, all you little jackasses, you know? Let me tell you something. You're running around talking about your carbon credits. You're running around talking about your Paris climate control bill or whatever it is. Okay, you can talk about that all day long, but behind closed doors, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to lay it on the damn American people's doorstep when Ukraine and Russia blow up, because your asses won't support NATO, and you're over here worried about climate change and whether a polar bear is hungry and has nowhere to swim, or an iceberg to lay his ass on. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to happen. So behind closed doors, nobody talks about that. And I'll put my money on that Trump has let them know for the last 2 years. When Ukraine hits, when he pulls the test on us, NATO has to be ready. And that's why he comes out to the camera and says, hey, they're going to pay their bills. Right next to him. Why would he say that? Why, he's hurting our unified. You know what? They wanted to trade in Ukraine. They want to trade in our good name, our good word of a country in defending another country in a treaty that we did make, like it or not. They want to trade it in for a picture of a unified international front. Holy mackerel. So what does Putin do? He's playing bumper cars. Bumper cars with the Ukrainian tugboat. He took 6 in. They're trying them. They're up on charges right now, Ukrainian soldiers. Ukraine's going under martial law. We got a nice little mess. Ukraine says it's all out war. Damn. Serenity now, serenity now, serenity now. It's a mess. Trump said they're not going in. Period. They're not going in. Okay? So I don't know what he's going to tell Vladimir, but I think he's going to tell Vladimir, now Vladimir, we can work on some other things. We can look at some other things, and you and I can talk about some other things. But you're not going into Ukraine, okay? I said it on TV, you're not going in. So Trump has, now my opinion, you know I support the president, he has put a line in the sand. But they knew, Stephanopoulos knew when he was pushing, okay, he was pushing, he knew when he was pushing, the GOP platform, okay, softened on Ukraine. Trump said, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I didn't do this, all right? People are telling me Crimea wants to be in Russia. I don't know. I will look at it, but he's not going to Ukraine, okay? I don't want to talk about it no more. Nikki Haley has come out strong. Do you know why they tell you that Nikki Haley has come out strong on the UN against Russia and the Ukraine situation? But why have we yet to hear a strong response from the president? You dumbasses, that is a strong response to the president. The mustache John Bolton is supposed to go out and give a strong response. Pompeo is supposed to give the presidential response, and Nikki Haley is supposed to go to the UN. Why, we've heard such a strong response from Nikki Haley. Why not the president? Has she gone rogue? No, she's not gone rogue. You're just trying to create something that's not there. Let me get with some news of the day, some of the sensationalized stuff. That is my last attempt for today to do foreign policy on this show. Take us to break, and we'll come right back, and we promise we'll complete our show with some things happening around the country.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The leaves aren't the only thing falling in Jasper. The prices are falling too at Days Chevrolet. Now during the model year end clearance, get huge savings up to $14,000 off Chevy Silverado Crew Cab and save up to $7,000 off new Chevy Cruze. The prices are falling on every 2018 Chevy in stock during the model year end clearance, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can always contact the show 24/7, 706-889-9700. You can send me an email, chief@fetchernews.com, and there's the ways to follow us on social media. Now, why did I burn 2 hours on Crimea, Ukraine, Donald Trump? The Helsinki summit, was that it when Trump went and met with Putin? I'll tell you why. Because I not only am in fear of what tomorrow brings on the southern border. I am. I'm an America first. But there is a side of me that I'm not a globalist. God knows I'm not a globalist. But there's a side of me that puts me in fear, that I'm in fear of who's holding the cards, who has their finger on the button, whether they like it or not, who is making the decisions worldwide when it comes to some of the things going on. There is going to always be a need for America to play a role in the world and not just bury your heads in the sand. And when I go to The Hill, and The Hill's top story is Obama World Love Fest for O'Rourke is growing. And they're trying to create another candidate. We have a president. We have gotten so confused. Why did I go down this road today? Because I know what happened at Helsinki. Well, you were not there. Well, I think it's funny. All these media groups know what the hell's happening in Mueller's investigation, and they're not there. They know the paperwork, and they're not there. And sources tell them, and they're not there. But if I say one damn thing, I get a text. Well, you're not there, okay? That being said, I'm in fear. We need a president. We got kids that don't even know what a president is. Their impression of a president, it's very sad. And I know you don't like it out there, Republicans, when I throw George W., but we've gone from Bill Clinton to George W. to Barack Obama. And our children, okay, don't know really what a president is. I mean, they've heard stories of Ronald Reagan. You and I lived with Ronald Reagan through the Ronald Reagan years. They've heard those stories. They've read books, maybe, hopefully. You and I remember that. That's why we like Trump. He's a little off here and he's a little off there, and sure, he could shut up and not say some things, but he's the Donald, right? But when I read that we are working now to create Obama World Love Fest, we're millions of dollars in this industry, this political industry. were millions and millions of dollars spent in Texas, maybe knowing they couldn't win Texas, but they were creating a candidate. Remember a representative at one time that made it to Senate, that one time all of a sudden became a world leader, that at one time had to figure out what to do when Russia went into Crimea? So when I see Beto O'Rourke and the love fest for this guy, okay, and the possible creation of a presidential candidate, and then I see Ukraine, and I go through the list of what's happened. Now here is President Trump. I'm going to play this because I can't do it through the video. It won't play. And I want to play this right here with President Trump discussing Crimea. And this is June 15th, okay? June 15th of this past year.
This summer. It's possible that we'll meet, yeah. I thought, this all started because one of you asked, should Putin be in the G7? I said, no, he should be in the G8. A few years ago, Putin was in what was called the G8. I think it's better to have Russia in than to have Russia out. Because just like North Korea, just like somebody else, it's much better if we get along with them than if we don't. So it's possible. Just so you understand. No. President Obama lost Crimea, just so you understand. This was long before I got there. I want to make it so the fake news prints it properly. President Obama lost Crimea. So it's his fault. Wait. Yeah, it's his fault. Yeah, it's his fault. Yeah, it's his fault. President, just so you understand, because Putin didn't respect President Obama. President Obama lost Crimea because President Putin didn't respect President Obama, didn't respect our country, and didn't respect Ukraine. But President Obama, not Trump, when it's my fault, I'll tell you, but President Obama gave away that. Now, President Obama, by not going across the red line in the sand that he drew, I went across it with the 59 missile hits. But President Obama, when he didn't go across the red line, what he gave away, nobody even knows. But just to put it one more time, President Obama gave away Crimea. That should have never happened.
Okay, President Obama gave away Crimea. Let's just get the facts of it, okay? They did not annexation into. They did not. He gave it away, okay? There was the G8. So Obama and his unified international front, they'll show Putin they kicked him out. Made it the G7, right? Just check me out. Check me out. See if Russia did not get kicked out of the G8, right? Oh, we'll show him. They seem to be really suffering over there. Russia seems to be really suffering with all these sanctions and getting kicked out of the G8. Trump said he wants Russia back in the G8. Now, you may get upset with this, but my opinion is he's going to offer Putin a deal to get back in the G8. That's my opinion. I listen to Trump, and I think he's got to solve it, folks. Now, the media, I'm just setting this up for days in advance. The media will come in and they will blow this up that Trump is rewarding. The headlines will be, Trump is rewarding Putin for bad behavior. Okay? But Trump knows, just like North Korea, okay, he doesn't want to start a war. Trump doesn't want to be in Afghanistan 17 years. He does not want to send your kids to a world war. He does not want to start a war in North Korea. He's not interested in it at all. He's more interested in jobs here in America for you, the American people, and the sovereignty of our border in America first. He truly loves this country. That's what they hate about him. He truly loves this country. I'm telling you, I'm setting it up. Trump soft pedals Russia wants to reward their bad behavior in Ukraine by allowing him back in to the G8. Watch the deal that's going to go down. Trump knows what he's doing, and my opinion is he's going to make a very strong deal with Putin, not cave, but he knows he has to do something to solve this hotbed, because let me tell you something, okay? Over in Gay Paris, let me tell you something. America, let me tell you something about your children. They're going to get sent to war. That's right. And you don't want to send them to war because you don't want the backup of Germany and the backup of Paris. And you don't want old Gay Paris saying to their army, we must go defend our European allies. And their soldiers saying, why? Do they not believe in climate change? Are they climate change deniers? No, they've invaded Ukraine. No, we're only going to go fight if they're climate change deniers. Trust me, we cannot accept the wussification of Eastern Europe to fight with us right now. I'm serious as can be. So Trump's got to go do something. Because if you think you're going to rely on the French and you're going to rely on the UK, they can't even make a deal on Brexit over there and get straight. The French, they're burning things down because they're more interested in the climate. All right. I'm just telling you, I'm setting it up. I got that. I'm out in front of it. I just told you what really smokes me is when I go to the headlines, okay? Majority rules Hyde-Smith in Mississippi wins in final midterm Senate election. So let's roll through the close of the show. We're going to do picture. It's show and tell time. So let's go. Trump's number one. President Trump on rejecting climate report. They have gone nuts over this. Nuts. One of the problems that a lot of people like myself, we have very high levels of intelligence. We do. We have high levels of intelligence. This is one of the problems we got. All right, you just can't sell us on some of this stuff. Why? We're not indoctrinated to the point we'll accept. So here's one of the problems a lot of people like myself have, in Alabama, Mississippi, West Virginia, the places that voted for me. We have a high level of intelligence. But we're not necessarily such believers. You look at our air and our water, and right now it's record clean. But when you look at China and you look at parts of Asia, just many other places, the air is incredibly dirty. And when we're talking about an atmosphere, oceans are very small. And it blows over and it sails away. I don't want to get into that at the current time, other than we do know environmentalist wackos have... All right, let me just tell you this quick story. Okay, real quick, true story, I promise. You'll not enjoy it. It's a sad story, but okay. When Trump says things like, we can't even, cut a tree out of the way or clear the forest to where we do minimize the growth of wildfires, okay, because of the United States Forestry Division, the man hits a home run, okay? Now, where I'm broadcasting from, I don't know where you're at. You can look it up. We have what's called the Rich Mountain Wilderness Area here. Now, the Rich Mountain Wilderness Area is United States Forestry. It's a United States forest, okay? Government forest up here. It's 6 miles on my right-hand side going north of where I'm broadcasting today. And about 6 years ago, we had in our area a little plane go down with, I think, four or six people in it in the Rich Mountain Wilderness Area. And we were searching for these people, hopefully trying to find them. Hopefully they were alive. But in the search and rescue effort, which I went as a news reporter, and I was up there for 3 straight days. They could not go in. I watched. They could not go in. First responders could not go in to the forest without having a member of the United States Forest Forest Division with them on an ATV. They were not allowed to run over a tree. They were not allowed to cut a tree, were not allowed to move a tree, was not allowed to cut a branch. Now you got to remember, we're looking for 4 or 6 people possibly alive, hopefully. Now it didn't turn out that way. We found the plane in the wilderness and the results was not what we hoped for. But in efforts to rescue these people, we had to get somebody's permission at all time. Our local search and rescue teams were up in the woods, forest, and we had to get their permission. If we said, hey, we want to go in, they had to wait a period of time and draw a map into the plane. They found the plane through helicopter. They had to draw a map into the plane. They had to get this set up to pull the plane out of the forest, and it all had to be approved by the National Forestry Division and make sure they didn't cut, move, break any branches. I mean, break branches. So when this man talks about talks about what happened in the California fires, you and I know. Okay, let's go to number 4. Manafort's lawyer said to brief Trump attorneys on what he told Mueller. Wow, Manafort, nothing but a liar. Now, let's go through the Manafort. Let me see what I have here. There you go. That's all, folks. One big thing. Axios number 9 from this morning. Signs point to Mueller acceleration. Mueller is hit the accelerator. Okay. Karzai exchanges with Roger Stone were all speculation. Number 16. Okay. Now we can get into this tomorrow, but Karzai, all speculation. Why he said he wouldn't sign a deal with Mueller because it was just a deal to try to put him in prison. And it wasn't true, and he would not lie for Robert Mueller. And this guy's blowing up the airwaves, and the media loves it, okay? Number 17, Karzai disputes knowing of Podesta's email release. Number 18, Mueller has emails showing talks between Karzai Stone on WikiLeaks email release. Oh, they love this. Number 19, okay. Karzai and Stone correspondence on WikiLeaks. Time to let more than Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta's to be exposed as in bed with enemy if they are not ready to drop HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton. That appears to be the game hackers are now about. Okay? It's interesting how certain people have certain emails. It's not about the content of the email. It's not about what we found out. Nothing in their investigation is about what we found out. I don't have time to go through all of that. I know General Motors, he's hot. Let's go to number 27. Trump targets Federal Reserve. My gut tells me more sometimes than anybody else's brain can. Okay, what Trump is saying, they're making fun of Trump. They actually laugh when they read this over at CNN. It's Federal Reserve Chair. Trump was told to put this guy in place. Trump was told this is the guy that had to be put in place. Trump did it. This is part of the deep state. All right? And that's why Trump is saying his gut's telling him something. His gut is knowing that they're setting him up. Okay? Number 28, just to wrap up here, the Mueller witch hunt is a total disgrace. They are looking at supposedly stolen crooked Hillary emails, even though they don't want to look at the DNC server and have no interest in the emails that Hillary deleted and acid washed after getting a congressional subpoena. Okay? They are looking for all of these things that are, there's no interest in the content. So the Mueller investigation, we know what's going on there. General Motors, Trump's not happy. He defends you. More of the ways that General Motors, Trump defends you. And let me show you this right fast. I know I'm running along. I got 4 minutes here. And let's go with number 5, 2018 Senate, Mississippi. Cindy Hyde-Smith, 59%. Now, we did need a Republican to go back, but I just want to say it on record as we close. The Republican that is going back is the one that replaced Establishment Thad Cochran, okay, which I did not support. And I watched the National Chamber of Commerce support him and get rid of a great Tea Party candidate at that time that we had over in Mississippi. She is part of the problem. I want to tell you ahead of time. I know Trump had to pull her across the line. Trump could not have a former Clinton agricultural secretary, Mike Espy. Trump couldn't have a Democrat in Mississippi. Just couldn't do it. Had to go. It didn't matter who the candidate was. I'm going to say this. My opinion is I noticed on the stage with Brian Kemp, Trump likes Brian Kemp. He says, Brian, he's a backslapper, all right? Trump likes Brian Kemp, our new governor-elect, okay? Trump liked so many of these candidates he stood on stage with. You could tell. Trump could care less about this woman. Is my opinion, all right? You may not like it, but it had to be a Republican. All right, so number 6, there's Eddie something Jr. I forget his name. He's from Mississippi. They brought him in. Republicans keep control of Mississippi Senate seat after racially charged campaign. Okay, racially charged campaign. And I'm telling you now, the reason they said racially charged campaign is they actually said this morning, that Mississippi ran out. There just wasn't enough suburbs. How are they going to fix that? I'm your host, BKP. Mississippi, according to them, is still racist. I made quite an attempt to do foreign policy to set up what's about to happen over there with Russia and the G8 and G7 and whatever it is. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. It'll be Thursday. I'll be here.